With the world moving into a global recession, it has never been more important to figure out the best way to make money online, and in this video I'm going to walk you through exactly how I plan to make $1 million before 2024. Now obviously no one can predict what is going to happen in the financial world, but it has never been more important to not only learn how to make money online, but also how to make money in a sustainable way that is going to allow you to have a financially free life within 1 year, 5 years, or even 10 years. So many things could change before the end of this year alone, but I figured out these 7 steps that I want to take to try and make my first $1 million this year. And I don't think too much is going to change this plan, even if the world around me changes a lot. There are going to be some methods in this video that no other YouTuber is really talking about, so make sure you guys watch all the way through, as I'm going to be walking you through the 7 best ways to make $1 million in 2023. So hopefully you guys can be financially free this time next year. The first step that I'm going to be taking is to continue growing my YouTube channels that I have already created. At the moment, I'm managing 3 different channels. My main channel, which has around 330,000 subscribers. I have another channel that sits at around 17,000 subscribers. And then this channel that you are watching this video on right now. And at the time of recording this, I have around 200 subscribers. I would love to continue growing each of these channels. I have a game plan of how I want to do this. And obviously this is going to help me get towards that $1 million milestone with YouTube ad revenue. There are also some other ways that I can leverage these platforms to make even more money, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. The roadmap for these channels is pretty simple. I've figured out what sort of content I want to upload on all 3 channels. I figured out both the long form and the short form content that I want to upload, and I have specific goals that I want to hit for each month this year. As a small insight, by the end of July on my main channel, I want to hit 350,000 subscribers. I want to be able to hit 20,000 subscribers on my second channel, and hopefully by the end of July, this channel that you're watching this video on right now will hit 1,000 subscribers. That would allow me to start making money on this channel and would be just a major milestone to build a channel in a completely different niche to what I've done in the past. Step number 2 though takes this to a whole nother level and really focuses on the YouTube automation business model. If you guys aren't familiar with YouTube automation, make sure to go and check out some of my other videos that I've already uploaded, but basically what this means is that you create YouTube channels that are fully automated. All you have to do is come up with a niche that you are interested in or you feel like has a lot of growth potential, maybe sports, entertainment, gaming, or finance and business related videos. You want to find some competitors that upload videos like what you would want to upload, and then instead of making the entire videos yourself, you hire a team to make them for you. This is everything from script writing to video editing, thumbnail design, and even a content manager that could actually manage the channel directly and make sure that everything runs smoothly. Now, obviously what is different from this to a normal YouTube channel that you might manage yourself is there are a lot more overhead costs. People talk about running YouTube automation channels at $70 per video. This is actually really unrealistic because no editor is going to charge that little. Maybe 5 years ago they would have, but I feel like with the landscape of YouTube today, if you want a video to blow up, you need to be hiring a very, very high quality editor. And most of them are going to be charging anywhere from $300 up to over $1,000. So if you are still starting out on YouTube, then maybe YouTube automation isn't the way to go. You should focus on building up your own channel first and then expanding out into the YouTube automation business model. This is what I'm sort of looking at though. I would love to start some more channels in the business niche or maybe even the sports niche and see if I can automate those channels and hopefully generate an income from those channels as well. Step number 3 though is starting a consulting business where I can help manage smaller YouTubers and teach them sort of everything that I've learned from YouTube over the last few years. There are a few other YouTubers that do this and they have talked about the benefits of doing this, not only from a revenue point of view, but also from a personal point of view, the ability to help others grow their own channels. And then to be able to see that progress hands-on would be such an amazing feeling, just like growing your own business. I feel like I've learned a lot, and especially now that YouTube is my full-time job, it would be really cool to help other people make this their full-time job as well. So if you guys would be interested in me starting up a consulting business or even a mentorship program, make sure to let me know in the comments cards down below. This would be another really great way to start moving towards the $1 million milestone though. Outside of just having my business purely from YouTube AdSense, I would be able to get income from a separate business model that is still sort of related to YouTube. Something that is very similar to this is actually affiliate marketing. Now, obviously this is a little bit different, but it is still about expanding my YouTube business away from just the AdSense revenue. This could also include sponsorships from major companies as well. Affiliate marketing is more defined to where you set up affiliate links or codes to websites, and when people use your code or your link, you get a little bit of a commission depending on what they buy. Sponsorships work a little bit differently, where companies might pay you to advertise their product in your videos directly, and they can either pay you a flat rate per video, or they can pay you depending on how many views that video actually gets. That is something that I've never really looked at, but it is definitely a really important way to expand my business. It could help me get a lot more income per video as well, but there are definitely some concerns that come with this. Obviously, you don't want to be promoting businesses that end up never paying you, because that would just be awful and might ruin your entire video. And most of these companies also want their product advertised from 45 seconds up to a minute in your entire video, and usually this is going to be closer to the start of the video than the end. The risk with doing this is if you are promoting a product that isn't really related to the video at all, a lot of people that are watching it might just click off the video. That would not only ruin your click-through rate and your average view time for the video and make it so that less people actually watch it, but it might also start a downward spiral on your channel where you might start losing some subscribers. That would obviously be really bad and is probably one of the main reasons why I haven't done this yet, but it is still something that I need to look into to see if the positives do outweigh the negatives. Step number 5 that I'm going to be taking to try and make $1 million in the next year is to expand the social media empire for this business. At the moment, as you guys know, I've sort of already talked about it in this video, but I've really only grown on YouTube. All my time and effort for the last few years has been focused on building YouTube channels. I haven't really focused on other social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other social media platform. I really only wanted to build a community on YouTube. I thought this is what I really wanted to do, so my entire focus has just been about building up YouTube channels. I never really thought that it would benefit me from having a community built on different platforms, but I feel like it is time to start learning how other social media platforms work, like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram especially. You can get a lot of sponsorship deals through Instagram and TikTok. Twitter is also a really good place to get some more business ideas, some more business sponsorships as well, and also connect with your community. It can also be really good to network out and start meeting other YouTubers that are doing similar things to you, and then obviously you guys can help each other achieve goals, which is something that is just so massive in the YouTube space. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for a few years now, and the Twitter account that is linked to my main channel has like 200 followers, and the Twitter account that I have set up for this YouTube has like 15 followers, because I've just never really promoted them. I never tweet, I never do anything on those platforms, so there's just really no incentive for people to actually follow me. I feel like if I did put the time and effort into understanding how those social media platforms worked and actually used it to try and generate some more income, as well, of course, building out a community on those platforms, it would actually benefit my business a lot. So that is something that I'm definitely going to be looking into over the next few weeks. Step number 6 is sort of unrelated to YouTube, but this is actually just to understand investing a lot more. Obviously, when you are young, you want to sort of be able to save up as much money as you can to hopefully one day buy a house, even though the housing prices just seem to be getting so expensive. I don't know about you guys, but when I was at school, I never learned anything about buying a house or investing in stocks at all. And I feel like this is such an important part of actually creating wealth and hopefully generating a passive income outside of your normal job. But again, it's something that we are never taught. I've been reading up a lot on how to invest, the best ways to invest, and how to generate an income from investing it on its own. And I feel like now is really where I need to start focusing on that a lot more. It is something that I can do in my spare time. I don't need to dedicate as much time to it as sort of growing the business. I feel like growing the business is a lot more important, but then it is also crucial to start taking some of that money and putting it into shares and investments that can hopefully generate me a passive income for a very long time. Obviously, at this moment, I am really only thinking about doing shares, but obviously in the future, real estate investing is something that a lot of people talk about, so it is also worth looking into that. But step number 7 might be the craziest one yet, and this is crypto. I feel like it's really hard to be on the internet and not own any crypto at this point. I mean, it has been around for such a long time. I remember looking at crypto like 6 or 7 years ago when it wasn't really talked about at all. It was never really as hyped up as it is today, but obviously with the way the world is at the moment, crypto does look like a good opportunity. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not recommending that you guys do any of these without your own research. I've been looking into this stuff a lot and feel like it is something that will hopefully make me money in the future, so therefore I am willing to risk some money in order to potentially gain a lot more from it. Similar to shares and investing, this is something that isn't really related to the business. I don't need to put as much time into it as everything else, even though it would be really fun to put $100 into a random meme coin and just end up making $1 million from that. The chances of that happening are just so slim, so it is more important to focus on actually growing my business and then putting the spare money that I have left over into things like shares and crypto. But that pretty much wraps it up. That is my 7-step guide on how I plan to make $1 million before the end of the year. This is definitely a crazy goal. I can keep you guys updated if you want this to become a series, but let me know what your goals are for the next 6 months in the comments down below. I'd love to keep in contact with you guys as we sort of try to nail these goals, so make sure to let me know what your goals are in the comments down below. Also, make sure to go and check out the other videos on my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.